Good evening to everyone. I want to welcome you in to the Blac-Vocracy podcast. I'm your host, Jabril A. Rashad, featuring Metaphors of Love. Are we listening? And we are back. We are back. We're also back streaming over all of the social media platforms, including Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and TikTok. So my TikTok audience, if you're joining me this evening for the very first time, this is the Metaphors of Love. Are we listening? Platform on the Blac-Vocracy podcast. We've done this show for 3 years straight. We took about a year hiatus off, so we're bringing it back by popular demand. And I got a lot of songs I want to cover, so let me lay some things out, before we actually get started. This is a grown folks conversation. This is a very mature audience conversation that we're having, and we want everybody to have their opinions and get their opinions listened to and cross-examined, and also to provide healthy insight and dialogue to this particular platform. Now, if you can't follow those simple little guidelines, then we're going to get you out of here real quick. There will be no trolling. If this is a respectful platform, again, this is for the grown, mature audience and the sexy. Okay, and I got a couple of people that's going to be joining me in just a second. My co-host here, Miss Emily Sutton, as well as Mr. Greg True Blue Montgomery. But before we get into any of that, for those of y'all who are on live with me on YouTube, please do your boy one favor: hit that live button, hit that YouTube, hit that subscribe, like, share, notification, hit all that for me, because we're still growing this particular channel on the Blac-Vocracy on YouTube. This is not the sports channel. This is Blac-Vocracy podcast. And for those who follow me on TikTok, by all means, go over to Blac-Vocracy as you see it right here on your screen and follow me on there. We don't know what they're going to do with TikTok in upcoming weeks, and I'm kind of Johnny come lately. So to my people on TikTok, this is my very first time bringing this particular show over to this platform. I want to thank y'all for joining me. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my co-host to the stage right now. I got Miss Emily Sutton. She's joining me right here on the YouTube now. TikTok, she's on YouTube. So if y'all want to click over to YouTube, you can. Let's just go to Blac-Vocracy and you'll see her lovely face as well as on Blac-Vocracy, and you can do the same. Now, let me just say this real quick, because we're gonna be breaking down these R&B love classic songs. I know y'all get a lot of DJs playing on TikTok and what have you. We've been doing this for 3 years. Once again, we've been doing this for 3 years. But what I pride myself on, I'm a little bit of a symbologist, so I go in allegorically and break the metaphors down of these love songs, these R&B classic, and see how they apply or they are applicable to us in our community based on African-American relationships. So what we'll do, we'll lay the predicate first, giving y'all a little brief history, a little bit background, and then we're going to have the song of the evening. And once we play the song of the evening, I'm going to open it up to the audience. You'll have your opportunity to speak and how this song applies to you and what you get out of it. One size does not fit all. Let me repeat that. One size does not fit all. So the topic this evening, listen up. The topic this evening is who's deserving of love? Who's deserving of love? And we got a great song that we're going to be playing in just a second. But I want to go ahead and come to my co-host right here on YouTube, Miss Emily Sutton. If you got your mic unmuted, how you doing this evening, Emily?
I'm well. How are you? Can you hear me okay?
I'm doing great. We back. Like I was telling them on TikTok, this ain't nothing new. We did this for 3 years straight. We took about a year hiatus, and then we back by popular demand. People kept asking me, when was I going to do the show again? I said, I'm going to do it real soon. But when I do, I'm going to take it over to TikTok. I know I'm Johnny Come Lately TikTok, but it is what it is. I got to get over here before they might shut it down. As I told somebody the other day, I don't think they're going to do it if the backdoor deal get cut. I think America just wants some more money from China. So we'll see what happens, though. So don't panic, because again, we are live on Facebook as well as YouTube. I got 2 channels. I got a sports channel, which is the Replay Sports Show, but that's not what this is about. On Blac-Vocracy, we cover a lot of different things, from social issues to financial literacy to relationships. I mean, you name it, to what's going on. We try to touch on all spectrums on this particular platform. So, Emily, I'm going to set the tempo here by talking about something that is depending on how you look at it, it's been a ongoing conversation amongst the women as well as the men. I think if you start channeling down all through the platform, you'll find somebody talking about relationships and so forth. And I don't know if there's a lot of insight being provided, but what's your take on it?
Just on relationships in general.
Just on relationships in general.
I think that there's a lot of fear in relationships right about now. Everyone's posturing from a position of fear, not wanting to, not wanting to quote unquote get God or be taken advantage of. Men don't want to be vulnerable because they don't think they can be. Women don't want to be vulnerable because of what the last one did and the last time she was vulnerable. So there's just a lot of fear. But to your point, and to the song that you've chosen for today, we both deserve each other's love, but somebody got to break. Somebody got to break first. So who's gonna break first is the thing.
Well, we're gonna get into it in just a second. Everybody's still on TikTok. Welcome. Come on in. We're just getting started right here. This particular platform, we're talking about who is deserving of love. Of course, many people would say, well, everybody's deserving of love, and you wouldn't be wrong in saying that. But at the same time, the song that we're going to be playing this evening, that we're going to break down the concept, is called "We Both Deserve Each Other's Love." And for many of y'all who don't remember that song was by none other than one of the baddest groups, 9-piece or maybe 10-piece band that was around, LTD. And that acronym stands for Love, Togetherness, and Devotion. So we're going to be talking about that this evening. But let me just lay the predicate real quick, Emily, regarding deserving each other's love. And here's what I just kind of scribbled a little bit, because I want to make sure that I establish this platform for everybody who is somebody, that knows somebody. We'll be, getting into these things and providing the insights to it. So what I think about, or when I think about, and again, one size does not fit all, but when I think about who's deserving of love in this particular song, I say a couple deserving each other's love are 2 people who consistently demonstrate mutual respect, support one another with understanding, kindness towards working together, and actively working together. Let me say that. And they're actively working together towards uplifting one another while embracing each other's strengths. So that's just a little brief insight to what we want to cover this evening. And I'll come with a little bit more, but I want to come over here to TikTok right quick. TikTok, what's up, family? This is your boy. I'm your host, Jabril A. Rashad, and we are live right now all over the platforms. If y'all got anything you want to add to it, we're going to get to you in just a second, but we want to lay the predicate first, and then we'll come to the audience. So y'all sit back tight, and we're going to get into this particular song right here, and we're going to break down the metaphor.
You're just as sweet as chosen queen. You must have spent right out of my dream. 'Cause you went down and love me. I am very fortunate guy to have you all of the time. One note of you so bad. Oh, for you, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let there be love standing around. Do what I say, because when both hurt me, if there be God, each other's hearts. Oh, my.
Well, there you have it. That song right there is by LTD, Love Together and Devotion. And that's my guy, lead singer Jeffrey Osborne on We Both Deserve Each Other's Love. Now, in the song, one of the first things he says in that first line, he says that you're like peaches and cream, and that you seem like you must have stepped right out of a dream. And I think about the sweet scenarios and the sweet sounds in which he say that. You know, when we talk about relationships, Emily, I don't think it's enough. If I'm honest, there's enough, clear message when it comes to our dialogue between the African American sister and the African American brother, being able to articulate themselves in such a way to where it's inviting. Because the song itself, the title of the song itself, when you think about it, he says, we both deserve. If we look at this one word right quick, deserve is being worthy of something. It means to be suitable of something that has to have merit to it. And I thought, and I reflected on this, the title of the song, when they wrote this song and sung this song. I mean, what are they trying to say? Because, classic songs like that back then, I mean, they really penned these songs. So when you think of a song like that, and I want y'all to talk to me on TikTok too, because we're opening it up now. But when you think of a song like this, Emily, I mean, what really comes to mind? Hold on, let me make sure your mic is unmuted, so everybody can hear you. Okay.
Well, it's just what you said, being worthy. We all are worthy of love. We all deserve love. And he's saying we both deserve each other's love. I deserve yours and you deserve mine. We both deserve it.
Let me bring my other co-host to the stage right quick. Again, for those of y'all who are just coming on TikTok, we are streaming live on Facebook as well as YouTube. All right, because we don't know what's gonna happen with TikTok, but we're gonna try to get it in. Come on to the stage, my boy True Blue. What's happening, True Blue?
How you feel, brother?
Oh, you got it, man. We just got through covering the song "We Both Deserve Each Other Love" by none other than LTD, and we talking about it, man. I got family here on TikTok, man, and they jamming with us. And I'm gonna come to you all in just a second, TikTok. I'm gonna come to you just a second. I want to hear from you guys on TikTok. We're covering love. We're talking about the topic tonight is who is deserving of love. See, everybody is not deserving of love. They think they are, but they really not. And so, Blue, I was just talking about the deserving aspect of it, because the deserving aspect of it shows you have to be worthy, shows that you have to be suitable, shows there have to be some merit to this. And it's kind of like, y'all remember when Music Soul Child, when he said, love, so many people use your name in vain. So this is what we're discussing this evening, because we're trying to, we're trying to, man, do better. Let me put it like that. We're trying to have some healthy dialogue here again. This is grown folks conversation. We got a mature audience. Won't be no trolling on this particular platform. If you do, we're going to get you out of here real quick. But Blue, I'm going to let you come in on that real quick, because Emily just talked, and then I'm coming straight over here to TikTok.
Okay, dig this. Let me give a shout out to Miss Emily. How you doing, friend?
I'm well. How are you?
A long time. Hey, when you get time and it's convenient for you, I want you to come to Real Talk in the Boom Boom Room. Oh yeah, yeah.
You got the Boom Boom
Real
Room up.
Talk in the Boom Boom Room with yours truly, True Blue 82. But we'll speak on that, and we'll speak on that. So let me tell you this though, man. When you start talking about love, hey man, I got a thing with that. I heard you say everybody don't deserve love.
No. See, you coming in? No. I said
you said that.
Go
no,
ahead.
I said, hold on for a second.
Emily.
Let me wait a minute. Hold on, Blue. Let me make sure y'all. I'm transparent. What I said. I said everybody. This is the first time when you wasn't here. I said everybody deserve love, but then I said everybody think they deserve love, but they don't even know what love look like. They think they deserve love, but they don't
that
even
ain't what you just said. That ain't what you just said. I like how you but that is not what you just said.
Okay. What y'all say? I don't know. TikTok.
You said everybody does not deserve love. That's what he said. Okay.
No, y'all missing. Let me clarify again, because I can always replay this now. I'm not saying people deserve love, but some people, there are a lot of people who think that they deserve love and they don't, because they're not suitable. Because remember, Emily, I was breaking down the word deserve. Understand what I'm saying? Deserve. The song is we both. Hold on. The song is we both deserve each other's love. So I broke down the word deserve. So when we define what deserve is, I said deserve is being worthy. Deserve is being suitable. Deserve is with merit. And I say everybody thinks, and I'm paraphrasing now, but everybody thinks they fit that profile, but they don't. So they're not deserving of love because they don't fit that profile.
You can't say that, because if that was the case, you don't deserve the next second that you have right now. You don't deserve that. So to say that everybody don't deserve love, I mean,
okay, let me ask you something. Emily, let me put you on pause for just a second. If you give someone your love and they disrespect that, or they mishandle that love, are they deserving of your love?
Maybe not mine, but love, period.
No, that's just in general. Let's go to Blue right quick, because Blue was about to go. Let's go to Blue right quick. And TikTok, I'm coming to you.
Go ahead.
We're listening. TikTok listening. Facebook listening.
YouTube listening. Say, I don't agree with what you said.
That's fine.
So let me tell you why, man. Everybody deserves love. I don't care who you are. But man, you can't go through this world without being loved. Everybody wants to be loved. You know somebody that don't want to be loved? Let me know. Let me tell you something what love is, man. Love is real. Love is unity. Love is togetherness. Love is respect. Love is commitment. Love is working together. You're not gonna say that's just how I think. Everybody ain't gonna give you that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you. Let me come to you real quick and ask you the same thing I just asked Emily.
Go ahead.
If you give your love to someone and they abuse that, they mishandle that, they
Right.
represent that,
Right.
are they deserving of your love?
Yeah, to me they is.
Maybe not yours specifically, but that doesn't mean in general they don't deserve it.
Yeah. And then let me tell you this though. Listen, man,
I was speaking in general when I make, because if I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do when we finish this show, I'm gonna go back and show both of y'all when we first started. I said everybody deserves love. Then I came back and made another comment regarding after we played the song, because I was breaking down the song and I was talking about the word deserve. Everybody don't deserve love if they're abusing someone else's love. They don't deserve that person's love.
Okay, well,
That's the point I was trying to make.
Okay, let me tell you this though. To me, okay, let's say when I was a young cat and I'm out there in the streets, listen, man, I had loved somebody so, and they did me terrible. But to me, that's just a mistake they made. I thought that we could get over that mistake, man. So I kept loving this person genuinely till I just can't take it no more. Listen, man, you can't put no limit or no boundaries on love, because they'll pay for love and they'll kill for love and they'll die for love. So you tell me what you think on that. Say, man, love is real, man. Listen to me. Love is different to different people. If you ask 10 people what do love mean, you're gonna get 10 different answers. So to you, somebody probably ain't worthy of love. To me, I'm gonna say, man, because nobody's perfect. No relationship is perfect. So you in love and then you mess up. Okay, then you still with that person. Say, man, these people what about these people that's been together for 50 and 60 years? Do you not think they done crossed that path several times? Or you think they done went through the whole relationship 56 years with no issues, no concerns, no ifs, ands, and buts?
No, I mean, I don't think no relationship is perfect. There are going to be some imperfectness.
Yeah.
Let me be clear. And I got to come over to the chat right quick before I make another statement. I want to say shout out to my man Curtis Blow. He say, Emily, really? You know, Blow is in the house tonight. So we got to give a big shout out to Mr. Curtis, man, like he's in the house tonight. But he say, love don't love nobody. That's what he say. Love don't love nobody. So I don't know if you
don't love them Cowboys, Curtis.
That's another topic for another day. And I want to thank y'all for coming on, that's joining me right here on TikTok. Let me see if I got it in my TikTok people, man, that's listening to what we're talking about this evening. We are talking about who is deserving of love, and the song that we played just a few minutes ago. And if I have to, I'll replay that song again. It's called We Both Deserve Each Other's Love. Again, I stated earlier that two people who consistently demonstrate mutual respect, support, understanding, and kindness towards one another, who actively are working together and uplifting one another while embracing each other's strengths. Those are the individuals who are qualified to be deserving, to be deserving of each other's love, because that's what we're talking about.
Right.
We both deserve each other's love. It's not a one-way street. So what I was simply trying to say a second ago was that, yes, in a perfect world, would you want to have everybody, loved and giving back love? Because love should be, reciprocated, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, there are those who always play, one side of the equation, on one side of the spectrum. You can give your love to an individual so strongly, and they don't do nothing but disrespect it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I was speaking more so too. They not deserving of my love. No, not if you're gonna treat me like that. No.
Well, let me tell you this though. I'm saying, man, I done got treated so bad that didn't do nothing but make me stronger for the next person. Because let me tell you something, man. If you're in a relationship and y'all have issues, then that's part of a relationship. Nobody's gonna go through their relationship without having issues. Just cause you have issues don't mean you got to stop loving that person or they don't deserve your love. That's just
Okay.
how.
And you say what? You say what, Emily?
Well, I feel like love is timing. You can love somebody out of time. You can love somebody, but you're loving them against their past. And it could be the right person just at the wrong time.
Oh, I'm lost.
But that doesn't
No,
mean that
I understand what she's saying. She's
Now,
saying
that
you
doesn't
love them, it's
that
on
doesn't
time.
mean that when you love the person, that because it may not be the best time for them and then they mishandle your love, that doesn't mean that they don't deserve love.
right.
Doesn't
That's
mean that.
That's
Well,
real.
Doesn't
well,
mean that. But at the same time, love also keeps no record of wrongs either. So that's where grace comes in. You can't have love and be in love without also having grace for the other person that you're loving. You can't, the two don't work without each other. That's the way, married couples stay together. They've been married 40, 50, 60 years. Is because there's love and then there's grace at the same time, because you're not going to love that person every day.
Why you
So
right?
the grace covers the days that you don't even like that person.
I don't know nothing about that. I ain't never heard that before.
You love your person every day.
Every day for 24 years. I ain't trading mine in. Ma'am, listen to me. You done touched something in.
Okay. So Blue, you saying you never had a day
Never.
where
Never. See, let me tell you something, friend. Let me tell you this though. The reason
Okay.
I'm not gonna have no day like that, cause I pray not to have no days like that. I don't. If I wake up and don't love my old lady, then it's time for me to go. It's time for us to. No. I don't want it. So you don't think a person can love somebody every day? You probably can't, or you probably haven't. Man, I love mine.
you can love a person every day, but you may not like a person every day.
I like mine every day.
Okay.
Hey, ma'am, let me tell you something. I'm a different breed. They don't make them like this no more.
But
Well,
see,
y'all
but
give me
see-
just a second.
but see,
Hold on. Let me reset this right quick because I gotta get the TikTok over here. TikTok, this is my first time doing my show on TikTok. I know I'm Johnny come lately. Haven't forgot. I see y'all coming in. Thank y'all for coming in, joining me. I want to hear from you all. We're talking about who's deserving of love. Who is deserving of love? And the song we played again is We Both Deserve Each Other's Love. And I gave a statement that I had written a little bit earlier regarding it, and breaking down this word deserving. Yeah, I think when someone abuses someone's trust, someone's love, that individual is no longer deserving of your love. Now, I'm not saying that they don't deserve love, but they don't deserve the love that you're putting out if it's being mistreated or mishandled or misrepresented. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say in referencing to this particular topic that we're talking about. Who's deserving of love? So let me bring back up Emily and True Blue here because they're about to, cross-examine one another like they on the witness stand. But anyway, Emily, you was about to say what to him?
No. So what I was about to say was, okay, so when you entered into your relationship, that was somewhere in the late 90s, right? That was before the computer switched over to 2000 and we thought the world was going to end and everybody was partying like it's 1999. That was a different time. That was a totally different time then. So y'all have come into 24 years into this new century here, the 2000s. So that's different. But today, right now, it's a little wild westish out here.
Ma'am, let me say this to you. It can stay wild west. When I see, again, let me tell you something, E. This is what I pray for.
Okay.
I pray to love mine all day, every day, 24/7. And then if I start feeling like that, then I'm going to have to step to the side and talk to God and find out what's going on, man. This ain't what I've been praying for.
Yeah, but you
But I
started.
understand everything you're saying.
Your foundation was set.
Hey,
Your foundation was set from the jump.
he said mine. That's how I move. Just
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So let me finish the second half of this as we lay the predicate for who's deserving of love again.
Everybody.
I don't like the word deserving. You keep.
Yeah. You like, yeah, you might have to find another word to replace deserving, man.
Yeah, because I think
I don't think the song was basically Jeffrey is saying
What
like,
song was it?
me and you, we both deserve each other's love.
Okay,
Jeffrey was saying like, me and you, we should experience each other. We deserve each other. But Jabril, you the whole everybody deserve love.
Okay, wait, no, I don't. Wait a minute. I don't want that to. Well, hold on. I don't want that to be misconstrued. That is not what I'm saying. And I guarantee you, when I upload this later and you hear me, the very first thing I said was everyone deserves love. What I was doing was breaking down the word deserve. So I was trying to make the point that if you're giving your love out individually to someone and they're not reciprocating you, they're not respecting you, they're just totally just disregarding what you're trying to do, they're not deserving of your love. So, you know, but hold on for a second, because we understand, Emily, that some of this is a pattern with individuals. I'm not saying, you know, one size doesn't fit all, but there's an individual who's just not. I mean, every time he get with individuals, he does the same repetitive thing. She does the same repetitive thing. So when do you come to a point? And even though I think our natural makeup, our natural instincts in nature says that everyone does deserve love, you will hope that at some point through trial and error, they will find that and be reciprocated. But if they continue to do the same old thing, you know, like they say, that's insanity to continue doing the same old thing, then I'm saying that person there, no. That person don't qualify to be in this particular song where he talks about we both deserve each other's love. They don't qualify. Okay. Focus on the song now. Focus on the song.
Okay, I have a question. And I'm gonna ask Blue. Why Blue muted? Blue, he got you on mute. Take yourself off mute. We can't even hear you. He muted your boy. He over there talking. Okay. So,
well, Blue, but let me tell you what Blow said earlier, though. What he said. This was Blue. This was Blow say, come on, Greg. Keep it real, bro. See the chat. See, they chatting out in the chat. The chat wants to keep 100.
That's fine.
Okay. So then let me ask this. Then what is love?
To me?
Yeah, both of y'all.
Okay, before you answer, let me just hold on. Somebody just chatted something out over here on TikTok. Before you answer that, Blue, let me say, yeah, no doubt. Say, can you tell my friend Brina happy birthday? Happy birthday, Brina. This is I'm about to say this is the Blac-Vocracy podcast channel, man. We're talking about metaphors of love, featuring metaphors of love. Are we listening? So we want to give a big shout out, man, to Brina. So if y'all chatting out with TikTok, man, y'all hear what we're talking about. This is a show that we've consistently been doing for 3 years. We took like a year off, so we're back doing it by popular demand. This is Metaphors of Love, where we break down some of the most classical R&B songs and try to find that jewel so we can cement these relationships or have a better understanding, because the numbers are not in our favors, especially within the African-American community. So, Emily, you want to ask Blue a question, so go ahead.
What is love? That's for both of y'all.
But you ain't got to ask me no more, friend. That's the first thing I answered when I first came on. Love is God. Try it again. Love is unity. Love is respect. Love is commitment. And all the above. But let me tell y'all something. Y'all say y'all played a song, right? Say, man, don't get caught up to these songs, man. A pair of lips to say anything. See, it was written down for them to say. Just see what I'm saying? The song, the people that were singing that song, that's just a song they were singing to go platinum. That's what I'm saying?
No.
So you telling me that they singing the song and they coming from their heart?
Let me share something with you. And this is honest truth.
Okay. I
was listening to a classical song. We'll probably play that song somewhere in the future for this particular platform.
Right.
The Reasons, right? By Earth, Wind and Fire, Reasons.
Yeah.
And I was listening to the lyrics. And And that when I finished listening to the song, really listening, engaging with the song, you know what I came away with, Blue? Emily?
Go ahead.
I said, this is about a one night stand. Now, fast forward, hold on for a second. Fast forward, I got a book about Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Philip Bailey was telling a story. Now, this is the story that he tells in the book. He said the way he came up with reasons, he said they was sitting in the airport and the plane had pulled up and there was this fine woman that got off the plane. He said, so the guys in the band used to, kind of jockey who gonna get who. He said, so he wound up getting her. He said, but when he got her, they went back to the hotel room, did what they did. And he said it was a shock of his life because when she got up, she had already had someone. So she was telling him, thank you. And he said that was the first time in his life where it was flipped. And he said, so when you hear the song now, I'm craving your body, the temper is real. He said it was about a one night stand. God is my witness. I had listened to the lyrics to that song, and that's the conclusion I came up with. So when I read the book, I said, man, I had read the book. That's what you come up with. I said, this is about a one night stand. But we love the melody, we love the lyrics to it. But if you really listen to what he's saying, that's why I say, no, man, these songs have substance. They have matter involved in them. And if you really listen to them, I think words makes people. Don't ever forget that words make people. Words takes on mind and flesh. So it's all about how you conceive it and how you interpret it and how you execute it. So no, man, Smokey Robinson, they penned. They wrote with the pen. And they wrote about the environment, what they see. But if you look, you can't come up with a lyric like Tracks of My Tears. So take a good look at my face. If you look close, it's easy to trace the track. I gotta look close. I gotta get up on you, as they say, up close and personal. And I have to look at you to see what's going on with you. Because you know how you got to stop and look in somebody's eyes, because they say the eyes are the windows to the soul. And they be looking off and and you be looking at them like, no, brother, something's off. You got to really stare at a person, man, to get a better understanding of what's really happening, what's going on. So no, I got to retract that from you, my brother. These songs like this right here, they come from real places. Just like and I'll leave you with this here and I'll come back to Emily right quick. But Aretha Franklin, when she was dating Dennis Edwards from The Temptation, she came up with the song Daydreaming and I'm Thinking About You. She said she was sitting, when she starts out, he's a kind of guy that, I don't know the words. Yeah. She said she was riding in a limousine. She had just left Dennis Edwards in the hotel. And that's when the song hit her, Daydreaming and I'm Thinking About You. So come on, man. Let your boy do what he do when it's coming to these songs. Now go ahead, Emily.
I concur with the words. I mean, the whole thing we exist in now was created with words. So I agree with the words having value and meaning and reasons. That's deep. I was just sitting here thinking about the lyrics, like, how he says after the love game has been played, our illusions are just yeah. No, that's different.
Yeah, and when you go back and you lay on your pillow at night and you reflect on these songs and really listen to what they're saying.
Before I Let Go is a breakup song, but we dance to it like, it's the right now. You make me happy, like it's the right now, and no, it's the bye. It's the goodbye song.
Now let me give the part two of this right here as we land the predicate for deserving each other's love, right? Okay. Also, it requires, as I was talking about, it cannot be a one-way street. We understand that. It has to be reciprocated. Blue, you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Emily, I know you understand that. You're still working on some things, refining some things, but I know you understand that. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue what I was saying. I ain't gonna put you under the bus like that. But I will say this. Also, it requires being there, okay? For the couple to be there for one another, be there for each other through adversity and difficult challenges while communicating, having a healthy dialogue.
Yeah.
Now, there are certain key characteristics. I'm underlining that right there. Key characteristics when we're talking about deserving each other's love. There are key characteristics. Now, let me get into some of the characteristics that I've reflected upon and I actually penned. I think we talked about the worth earlier. Okay, these are key characteristics of couples deserving each other's love. Key characteristics. Okay, are they worthy? Here's a question. These are just questions. Are they worthy? What are their worth? I mean, how do you value them? Are they suitable for you? You know, are they suitable? And are they the right fit? Are they the right fit? Now, this may sound so simple. But if it was so simple, Blue, and I'm going to come to you right quick. If it was so simple, why is it that in the African American community, 75 to 85% of every African American household is headed by a single Black woman? If these things were so simple, you can talk. You
okay, well, listen to me, man. And no disrespect at all. I can't speak on that 75 because everybody wrote different. You dig what I'm saying?
But share your experience, though.
Let me tell you something, man. My 24 years, and I had prayed for mine in advance because before that, going from woman to woman, from pillar to post, it had got to a point where I was growing up and maturing. So meeting women and hanging out with women and dating them and doing whatever you do, you know, that took I got tired of that because I didn't get nothing out of it. So I was looking for somebody that I could settle down with. Somebody that, like when I met my old lady, she gave me the hardest time. All I ever wanted was to meet you. All that you don't want but one thing. Anyway, dig this though. I just wanted to meet you. So when I meet her, two things. Don't forget, she done told me now 1,000 times. I tried everything. Two things I asked her. Is you and your mama close? She said, yeah. I never dated a woman that was close to her mother. And do you go to church? I never dated a woman that went to church. So those are two things that got me and Mole together. Because I needed that because it's a known fact that these women and these mamas don't get along.
The women and the mother don't get, the mother and the daughter used to be
yeah, the mom and the daughter don't get along.
Don't get along, right? I got you.
I mean, that's just conversation. So I saw how her and her mama were, how close they was, and how tight knit they was. And then you talk to your mom at least 4 or 5 times a day. That's hard to come by. And we talk about church. You didn't just go to church every now and then, every blue moon. You went to church till I started going. We started going. See, she was real close to her mother. I was real close to my mother. So that meant something to me to meet a woman and her mama shared everything. These women don't do that nowadays. And no disrespect, these women is not gonna tell their mama their business because their parents gonna have some kind of input. See, if she'd have told her mama type of guy I was, you understand what I'm saying? But eventually, as time went on, I got a chance to meet her mother, the best person you could ever want to meet. I thank God for those two things that I ever asked her. Is you and your mama close? Again, listen to this, what I'm telling you. These mamas and these daughters not close like that no more. So their mama's gonna get in their business, they have a right to, but these kids now don't listen to their mom. Their mama tell you, you need to stay away from him. Look what the daughter think. Oh, mama just hating. That's why their mama, your mama really trying to keep you out of trouble. Your mama really trying to, but you don't see that. All you see is what's in front of you. Your mom can see what lies ahead. You dig what I'm saying? And then going to church, let me tell you about that, man. I never go to church with no woman when I was ripping and running the streets. Say, man, God laid a foundation for me. To see fit that this lady, I care about this lady, I respect this lady. The least I can do is go to church with him. And it builds and builds. It's been 24 years, man. So they let me apologize if I can't speak on that 75 because the route I took, somebody might not agree with it. But that route worked for me. And I ain't trade mine in for nothing in the world.
Well, Emily, hold on before you go, because someone want to ask you a question. They want to ask you a question. Instead of me asking the question, I'm gonna let them ask you the question.
Go ahead.
That's the question that they ask you. They want to ask you, what is love to you, Emily? And have you ever been in love?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Emily.
It had to be Curtis. It had
way to go, Curtis.
It had to be Curtis.
Ain't nobody picking on you.
Yes, he is, because the last time. Curtis, what is love? Love looks like how y'all feel about them Cowboys. No, I'm just playing. I'm stopping.
But he's a 49ers fan. Let me just he's a 49er fan.
It don't make no difference. They feel it for two.
Okay. But love is cooperation. Love is respect. Love is ease, but love is also sacrificing at the same time, because to love something or someone, you have to sacrifice a part of yourself to be vulnerable enough to be in that space to love something or someone. It's sacrifice. It's sacrifice, respect, cooperation, it's communication, it's all of those things to me. And have I ever been in love? It was a two-part.
Oh yeah, it's a second part.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on.
Have you ever been in love?
Yeah. Have I ever been in love? Yes, I have been in love.
Well, you got to ask. But hold on, Blue. Let me share something with you, Blue, because they chatting out in the
basketball season now. You might as well hit the 20 seconds.
Well, hold on. Well, they're chatting out in the comments, and I want you to know, Blue, that and Lolita, this is my friend to the end, Lolita. Welcome to the show, Lolita. She says, me and my mama are 10 toes down.
Already.
But you know what though? Let me put a little qualifier to that. Lolita is old school, and not that she's old. I'm just saying she's old school in her terms of her morals and her values, so forth. Because we know about the younger generation now, as opposed to the previous generation, where there was a little bit more tightness there. But I'm glad to let the people know that she stands 10 toes down with her mother as well as she should. So
tell her I said thank you.
Lolita. Yeah,
tell her I said thank you.
So again, for those of y'all who are just joining us, this is Metaphors of Love, featuring what we're talking about. Are we listening? And what I meant by are we listening to the songs, the lyrics to these beautiful R&B songs? And that's what we just got through playing a little bit earlier, about 30 minutes ago. We're breaking down, let me say it, I don't want to say like it's past tense, but we're breaking down the classic we both deserve each other's love. And I'm gonna replay that song again because I know some of y'all are just now coming on and joining us. So I'm gonna replay that song one more time.
Wait. I want to address something that Curtis has
Okay, sure.
said.
Go ahead.
I want to address something that Curtis has said in the chat. Curtis said, you fell in love over and over, talking about you, Greg. And then he says, I've been in love so many times. Tell me how to stay together. And then he said, come on, Greg, keep it real. Come on, take Greg off the mute.
So you didn't get all the messages that Curtis had. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. I got to put that in timeout. She don't go read my chat. I got to put that in timeout, Blue. I got to put him in time. I'm going to bring him back, though. But what she's basically asking, which is a legitimate question because Curtis asked Emily. So now Curtis asked a question regarding that. So she want to know about that. So let me bring Emily back to the stage and put you in the middle, put you in the hot seat, and then let you respond to what she was asking in regards to what Curtis said.
So what is the question?
The question was,
go ahead, Emily.
He said you fell in love over and over. Basically, you were talking about your 24 years and how you stayed in love, right? Then he said he been in love so many times. Tell him how to stay.
Well, I'm gonna let Blue. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take me and Emily down and let you speak because what y'all gotta understand, TikTok.
I'm glad.
YouTube. Wait a minute, hold on. I got you. Hold on for a second. I got you. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Blue been married for what, 24 years?
I ain't saying I love it and can't get enough of it. You heard?
Okay, so I'm gonna let you respond to Curtis one on.
Yeah. Hey, check this out, man. Again, no disrespect. Curtis, when you said I fell in love all these times, yeah, and you want to know how you can stay in love. Curtis, maybe the times you was in love, you probably weren't truly in love. You know, everybody got their own definition of love. And then you want to know how you stay in love. You say, man, everything you do nowadays, and I'm old school, it got to go through Christ, man. It got to go through God. God will help you find somebody that you can genuinely love and truly love, but you got to pay for it and you got to ask for it. These relationships nowadays, I'm so thankful, man, for my 24, because I come home to a nice lady, a sweet lady, an understanding and respectful lady. I love coming home, but I tell my old lady all the time, baby, I sure appreciate you for everything. You know what I'm saying? Say, man, I don't come home to no drama. I don't come home to this and that or this and that. I'll come home to what I want and what I love, and that's me and my old lady. Let me tell y'all something. This didn't come overnight, though. You understand what I'm saying? Say, man, there's trials and tribulations on all relationships. I can just speak on mine. Listen, man, if you want to know how to stay in love, say, man, listen, all I can do is voice my opinion. You're going to have to put in some work, and you're going to have to find somebody that you love. Again, man, you got to talk to God about that, man. You ain't going to look up on love. It's going to have to go through God, man. That's all that is.
Well, I think, you know what, though, that is definitely the right foundation to build anything on. I think when you become God conscious, that's the proper foundation to build anything on. Because anything, you know, less than that, I think you're going to find that your house is not that strong. We're not going to play Luther House is not as strong, but what I am going to do is come back over to TikTok. TikTok, how y'all doing over there? You know, this is my first time going live on TikTok. I want to get y'all talking and communicating with me on TikTok. So if I'm doing something wrong, somebody chat out on the TikTok how I can get you on the platform. All right, I'm trying my best, but this is my first time going live on TikTok, not on YouTube, not on Facebook. This is a 3-year show running, so I want to, you know, engage with you all as well. But for those of y'all who are coming on, let's go back over this song again. I'm gonna reset the room. We're gonna come back right at it again. So give me just a minute, and I'm gonna set this thing off again, Blue. I know you got 24 years into this thing, but
I love it and can't get enough of it. You heard me.
Some people trying to join you, Blue. But here we go, y'all.
You're just as sweet as peaches and cream. You must have stayed out of my view. 'Cause you and I were meant to be. I am hoping to the God. To have you all of the time. No, some people so bad. I thank the Lord for you. Yeah. of each other.
All right, we had to play that again. Let's cut the lights up now, because I don't want y'all getting too cozy or falling asleep. I know y'all getting real relaxed over there right now, but we are talking about it. We're talking about who's deserving of love, and I know, Blue. They want to say everybody is. I understand, I get it, but that's the topic. But who's suitable? I'm just saying. Maybe that's a lack of a better word. Emily, you like that better? Who's suitable? I mean, who's qualified? Because you know everybody do qualify, understand? But I'm just saying a lot of people are not reciprocating. They're not reciprocating. They're not giving it back the way some people are giving. That is the reality, right? Now, Blue, you are the exception to that rule. Because by the way, I want you to know that Curtis, he responded. He said he was married 23 years. And I'm going to put it up there.
That's fine.
Yeah. He was in there. He was in that thing. 23 years, he was in that thing. You know? And he did, you know, and now I'm going to tell you, now I ain't going to tell all this bit. I'm going to tell a little bit of it. From what I know, my past experience with hard-working man, been on this job nearly 35 years. Church-going guy. I mean, was like a big brother to me. And if he say he gonna do something, he gonna do it. He gonna do it, and that's gonna be his word to bond. Just like I know you, Blue. So what I'm saying is, you know, you found something good. You found something great, and I'm gonna applaud you. Hey, you get nothing but an applause from me.
But he did too.
Side of that, there are some people who fall out of love, just like they say they fall in love, they fall out of love. Some people, Blue, that's true. We got a high divorce rate.
I know, but let me say this to you though, man. Let me say this.
You got your mic unmuted?
And it doesn't leave behind.
Nah, I'm good. I ain't did nothing. Can you hear me?
Okay. Let me turn you up then. Let me turn you up.
I'm always in timeout, but let me tell you this though, man.
Hold on. Let me turn this off so you can. I should play that, huh? Holding on.
Yeah, something. Cause what you played a while ago, I didn't hear but a second of it.
All right. Well, I mean,
yeah.
Let me take it out because I want you to make your point.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Blue.
See, man, let me tell you something. We talking to your boy Curtis. Curtis, you found something good and it worked for 22, 23 years. I can't tell you what happened, but let me tell you how this thing go though. I pray to get another 23 years out of 24 out of mine. I'd say if we haven't, you know, if we struggling, I'm gonna pray for the struggle. Everything goes through God, man, for whatever you want. If you want love, peace, and happiness, you got to pray for, because it's not gonna come. Look what you're facing every day. Temptation is out there bad. Say, man, I have asked God, listen, man, I already know how this world is. I don't want to see nobody, or I don't want to meet nobody. They're gonna make me swing to the right or swing to the left. I'm straightforward and direct. You dig what I'm saying? Say, man, these little girls out there now, these young women out there now, say, man, this is how it's coming nowadays. I don't want to have no parts of it. Listen, man, I just don't even want it. I'm thankful for what I got. I appreciate for what I got. I'm grateful for what I got. Sometimes I tell God, thank you, man. I think I might got lucky on this one right here. Listen, man, I had been through so much. I just wanted to find me a good woman. Somebody that's going to love me for me and allow me to be the man that I am. These women nowadays, if you ain't got no bag, we'll holler. If you ain't been on your job for 35 years, we'll holler. Say, man, there's so much in getting to a real relationship now. You don't know what's real. So I got mine from 24, and we're going to grab another 24. I don't care what I have to do, but the first thing I'm going to do and the last thing I'm going to do is talk to God. Get down on my knees, man, and be thankful for what I got. When I come home to peace, and I don't come home to that drama. I'm not going to have it. And I thank God that ain't no drama. Not that we perfect. Listen, man, let me get this out there, babe. We are not perfect, but we complement each other. Because we're going to work together, man. That's all that is. All this, ripping and running. We did that, man. And then see, nowadays you can't rip and run. Somebody kill you. You can't have no fun like we was having fun back then. Now somebody hurt you, somebody kill you, or these women gonna set you up. It's so much at stake. Guess what? I'm gonna stay in the house, man. I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, but Emily, I want you to shake it off now. I want you to shake it off.
He preaching. Hey, pass the collection plate. Where's my envelope? What's the Zelle? What's the Cash App? Let me
Already.
What's the Givelify? Let me go on and send the Givelify over there to the Church of Montgomery. Okay.
Right.
What can I say?
Let me ask you a question, E. So they had asked you, had you ever been in love? And I heard your response. It was kind of, I can't do nothing but accept it. But let me ask you, what about now? Are you in love now?
I think that I can tell you what I've been guilty of. I can tell you
before you tell me what you were guilty of, let me know if are you in love now? Well, you tell me what this guilt and all that's fine. I want to know about that too. We got you on this thing and we trying to be this the real deal, baby. This Blac-Vocracy. So are you in love?
Yes. Ooh.
Look who say you don't love me enough to you don't love it like that.
Hold on.
I keep telling you I love it and can't get enough of it.
So there is someone that I love. There is someone that I love.
Thank you.
There's that. Now, what I have been guilty of is, and I'm speaking for myself, there may be other women who've done the same thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can meet someone and you can meet a man and you can see him for his potential, right? And so we love to that. We love to potential. Sometimes we don't love, we don't look at reality. We love down the line. And so that's where a lot of women can get in trouble is you meet someone, you hit it off, things are great. It appears like, hey, this could be a good match here. So you're feeling stronger. You start, you really start getting into this person, but you end up loving the man you haven't even really seen yet. He's your idea.
You ain't gonna see him right off. You didn't say. No. That's down the line. The truth ain't gonna come out in 6 months or a year and a half. Say, man, the truth gonna come out down the line. You'll know when it come out because you start seeing the realness. You understand what I'm saying? Man, look here, let me tell y'all something. I ain't no expert, know nothing about this relationship. I just can speak on mine. You understand what I'm saying?
What is he? Emily Curtis.
What he say? What Curtis say?
Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis gonna say. Go ahead, Curtis.
What you want, Curtis? You want to go have a drink, Curtis? What's up?
Go have a drink with her, Curtis. Curtis, go have a drink with her.
Because you insist every time you see me on Blac-Vocracy, Curtis, you insist on giving me hell. So we got beef, Curtis. We got beef.
Well, here's the thing.
What we talking about?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Go ahead, Curtis. Do your thing.
Here's the thing. We want to get back on track with the deserving part because what we're trying to do, I want to shout people that's still on TikTok, women that's listening to the conversation this evening. We're talking about who's suitable, who's deserving of love. We know that everyone in our true makeup, our true constitution, our true nature deserves love. But a lot of times people take them out of that qualification as it relates to this particular song because they're not giving out the same love, that they should when someone else is doing most of the work. So herein lies the problem, I think. If we can go back to some of the basics of what I talked about a second ago in terms of having the mutual respect, having the support, the understanding, the kindness, actively working towards one another, keeping that worth or self-worth, the value, shared values, And what I mean by shared values and and goals that you have in mind. These are things, or the type of things where you have to be supportive in another person's ideas. You got to have that empathy, that compassion that it requires. You got to have patience, and you certainly have to have understanding. That's very important when you're talking about building a relationship. I think a lot of times they say how to build a house in the story, the metaphors or the allegorical, the three little pigs, how they built their houses. How you build your house is how you build your relationship. If you build your relationship with straws, and that storm comes, you see all the wildfire that's going on in LA, right? And we send our prayers to those individuals who have transitioned out of that horrible situation. There's a thing where how you build your house is so important in a relationship. You build a straw house, storms comes, fires comes, it's gonna burn it up. It's gonna tear it down. It's gonna collapse it. You have to be able to build your house on a solid foundation. That's very important. You got to build your house on a solid foundation. Unfortunately, people don't take time out. They don't have the patience. They become impatient to try to build the foundation to their relationship. And oftentimes, when you're rushing it, and you're going quickly, a lot of times it just don't pan out, especially when adversity sets in and trouble comes in. So I'm gonna bring Blue back to the stage because I saw him trying to give me a timeout because he has something he want to implement, and I'm gonna allow him to get that off because he's so passionate about what he want to say in this regard. But go ahead, Blue.
It ain't never 50-50.
Wait a minute. Start over again. I had your mic mute. Go ahead.
See, I stay in time, man. I talk too much. Dig this though. From off the muscle, it ain't never 50-50. Well, we got to be equal. It ain't never 50-50. Let me tell you something about a strong bond and in a real relationship to me. I tell you something, man. I grab my old lady by her hands and I pray for us all the time. That's how much I love mine. I say, man, I'm not saying that works for everybody. I'm just telling you what comes with this 24 years. How many men, Emily, can say that man grab him by the hand and pray for him? I'm not saying I'm the only one to do it, but it helps. It's a start. It'll let the woman know what kind of man she got. Let me tell you something else too, though. When my baby in there sleeping and out cold in the midnight hour, who you think getting blessed on, putting on her, putting on the dishwasher, the washer and dryer, the ice box, the canned goods, the foundation, the AC? You say, I have to do that. I feel like my life is incomplete if I don't go put blessed stuff. Say, man, cause when you walk in here, you're gonna feel the warmth and the love when you walk in here. I pray for that. Say, listen, man, everything got to go through God, man. You say, if you want some happiness, you got to sing it.
Now let me ask you this question.
You got to sing it.
Let me ask you this question, because you said that the relationship is not built on 50-50.
No.
Explain what you mean when you say that it's not built on 50-50.
Okay, let me tell you this though. So let's just say it's time to pay the bills, and you ain't got yours. Is she through with you? She gonna put you out? Or let me go a little further. Let's say you got fired or you got laid off. You understand what I'm saying? That was no 50-50. So tell me what's 50-50 when you go to the grocery store. Either she paying or you paying, or she gonna put 50 on her card and you gonna put 50 on your card. Okay, when the mortgage is due, what y'all gonna have in the mortgage, you gonna pay 30 and she gonna pay 30. Listen, man, well, let me tell you this though. However y'all do y'all, that's fine. I'm just thankful for what I got, though. We're gonna work with ours. We're gonna work with what we got. We're not gonna, you pay this and you pay that. Cause let me tell you somebody go. Nowadays, these men, they want to pay for everything, cause then that's controlling. So you can't get to do what you want to do, and he paying all the bills. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me see if Emily, you say what to that? Do you think a relationship is 50-50?
No, shit, no.
No,
Wait a minute, I'm asking, hold on, Blue. I'm asking Emily. Emily,
No.
do you think a relationship is 50-50?
you can't take two people talking about 50. You can't. That don't make 100. You need two people talking about 100, right?
Working together,
So,
man.
so if you don't have somebody that can get in the foxhole with you,
There you go.
then you ain't got nothing. What do you have? It's not 50-50 because on any given day, either one of you could be up or the other one could be down. So it's never 50-50 because if you go into it with that mindset, then you're both going in saying I'm only going to commit this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of saying I'm going to give all, you saying I'm going to give my share, and that's not how that's supposed to work.
So I'm asking, I want to make sure that I understand the both of y'all, because it seems like y'all touching, agreeing that the relationship is not 50-50. So you're saying that a person shouldn't bring only 50%. That's what you're saying. It shouldn't.
No.
Okay, it should bring 100, right? Okay.
No.
I'm just asking.
Not to me, you need to bring togetherness.
Right.
Okay.
That's two people being whole. Two people being whole is two people being at 100 individually.
So let me tell you about this too, though. Let me tell you about this real love type thing going on. Let's just say you and your lady been together for X amount of years, and all of a sudden you get wheelchair bound and you paralyzed from the neck down. The truth gonna come out then. Look who gonna get tired. Look who gonna get exhausted. Look who can't do what they used to do no more. That man, love is the test of time, man. That's just what that is, man. That's why, listen, man, I still pray today for mine. Listen, man, the devil is busy, man, and everybody's human. Nothing is perfect. I don't care what you do with your household. Nothing is perfect. So listen, man, I pray all the time. It seems like the older I done got, because, man, I'm tell you something. It's people have walked up to me and my lady, y'all are no disrespect, and told her, they check this out. Y'all look so happy together, or y'all look so good together. I tell my old lady all the time, a man ain't gonna walk up to another man and his old lady and say that a woman have walked up to us on several occasions and say, y'all look good together. Oh, y'all look so happy. I can just see y'all. You understand what I'm saying? That's a compliment. So I asked my lady, I said, thank you. No, I said, but how do it make you feel? She said, baby, they must see something in us. So listen, man, that ain't nothing but God. That's all that is. He'll always get all the glory to me.
Well, let me say this, because it's very clear in the scriptures. I mean, I asked the question just for clarification for those y'all don't see what I see on TikTok. They're just chatting out and so forth. I'm trying to get people up on TikTok, they want to come on and bring them up. I'm still trying to figure this thing out.
That's what Lolita said. Greg done slapped oil on everybody.
Oh, for real. And until I said thank you.
Okay, but let's get back to the drawing board right quick, because what I'm trying to say in regards to me asking the question 2, maybe even sometimes 3 times, because you still have people coming on, and I want to make sure there's clarity when you're asking certain questions on how they respond. Yeah, I agree. And I look at my purview is a little bit different, because we know under the umbrella of my faith that men are the maintainers of women. We support women with our means. We do it 100%. In fact, anybody tell you under our umbrella that whatever a woman makes, that's her money. Now, of course, we live in a society today where they always talk about a two income house and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it makes men even stronger if you're able to go out there and to support your family with your means. Now, if she want to contribute, that's fine, no problem. She get the blessings just the same. But it's really builds the shoulders for the men. And that's what makes strong communities, because if you go back even doing after the emancipation, as we begin to migrate out, men was those dudes, them old school dudes. They was them old school dudes for real. And they would maintain a household where you have stay-at-home moms. And they was the one that was educating the children and so forth and so on. Now, there's nothing wrong with a woman having her own career, want to do things. I'm just simply saying we should have the disposition, we should have the mindset, we should have the wherewithal to be able to say, I got this. Now, sometimes in our society, it don't always work that way. I need for Blue and I need for Emily to be patient. Get your hand down. I'm gonna put you in timeout now. I'm trying to tell y'all what this show is about. All right, this show is called Blac-Vocracy. And let me explain that too real quick. Somebody asked me about that. What is Blac-Vocracy? Let me tell y'all something. Blac-Vocracy is not spelled with a K intentionally. It's actually derived out of the word called slaveocracy. If you look it up after the emancipation, 4 million people was down in the South, and we was building our own land, our own everything. We had everything until we went into the federal zone, and then they built up Chocolate City, which is known today, Washington, D.C. So I've used the word Blac-Vocracy because this is about us. This is about trying to rebuild and reestablish who we are. So this is the Blac-Vocracy podcast channel. We're featuring metaphors of love. Are we listening? And again, we're breaking down R&B love songs. So I got my two co-hosts up here tonight, Emily Sutton, as well as my man Greg True Blue Montgomery, and they're talking about the song, or we're all talking about the song We Both Deserve Each Other's Love. And Emily, I'm gonna come to you in just a second. Give me a minute because I'm looking at TikTok. I'm trying to get you up here, Smokey. I see you, man. I got to get you up here. This is the first time going live on TikTok, and I definitely want to hear from my TikTok audience. But you know, again, going back to the commitment to relationships, it is the willingness to work together, Blue. It is the willingness to work together, Emily. The positive reinforcement relates to each other's best qualities, not our worst qualities, but our best qualities, and the ability to forgive and have mutual assent, meaning that we have a compromise and agreement. We can be amicable in a relationship. We're not going to always agree, but we can agree to be disagreeable, but we can still have the mutual assent and mutual respect in the relationship. I think that helps the relationship go forward. Okay, so Emily, let me come to you. Emily Sutton. So you've been in love, you've been out of love, you've been in love, you've been back in love, and you got just like what's my girl that had to go on a vacation? How Stella got her groove back. Okay, yeah. So Emily is speaking for some of the women today, and if any of y'all on here, on the TikTok, on the Facebook channel, on the YouTube channel, y'all help Emily out if y'all feel like y'all got to come to the sister rescue, because every now and then Blue will cut her off. But now go ahead, Emily.
No, I was just going back to your point about men and traditional roles and things like that, and a man's, man being a provider, and then whatever the woman has, that's 100%. That's her. Whatever income she makes, that's hers to do with. So I grew up seeing traditional relationships, right?
What kind of relationship?
Traditional in the sense
I got you.
Traditional in the sense that a man was a financial provider, maybe 100%, right?
Okay.
But at the same time, the women also brought 100% to the table of who they were and what they had. So that's what I meant by two people coming whole to the situation. My grandmother used to tell me, she said, if a woman cannot sew a button on her man's shirt, then she ain't worth nothing. Because she's in the home, she should be able to, her man should never walk out of the house wrinkled. He should never have a button missing. His hem should never be undone. She did a lot of things from scratch, from home. I got a lot of my homemaking from my grandmother, and a lot of my entrepreneurial side from my dad. And then I got my 9-to-5 ethic from my mom. So I had all of these different dynamics that I was seeing growing up, but I understand how all three of them can make one whole person. Like I can date somebody and maybe he's a 9-to-5 guy, but he has entrepreneurial aspirations. Well, that's something that's in my toolbox that I can feed to him. So that's part of my 100 that I'm bringing to his 100. So that's what I mean by, we're all here to complement each other. We're here to be complementary to each other. That's the cooperation. That's what love is. A lot of times we place our love it gets displaced in the wrong place because maybe our focus at the time may be something that's superficial, and we shouldn't be placing our love in that place, and then we allow it to give. Some women give love freely. I have girlfriends who are just 110% skeptical, and they can't no man do right because one man did wrong. So it depends on where you are at in your life at that moment. What are your needs right now, as far as what you need? But everybody deserves love. That's why you got a lot of people out here that have dogs, because that dog gonna love you whether you have a good day, bad day, cuss him out, beat him. The dog is still gonna be coming, wagging his tail and licking your ankle. Don't matter. That's love. So that dog only understands the good parts of who its owner is. That's it. That's what they're at. So an animal can give you grace unconditionally. Unconditionally, an animal will give you grace. But human side, we look at a person because they had a flawed day, or they're having a flawed period, or they're having a flawed time in their life, and then we can't extend that grace to them, and now they don't deserve our love anymore. They may deserve more of your love. Or the other piece is everybody receives love differently. You may be expressing love one way, but their love language is something else. And so while you're thinking they don't deserve your love, they're just not, they receive love differently. Some people show love by buying gifts and doing these things. But for the person who's on the receiving end, that may not be their love language. Their love language may be the words of affirmation. I don't want your gifts. I want you to talk to me.
Well, I tell you what,
if you take the time to understand your person, then that's where you have all of these mishaps. You can't go in because you may like to, I know one of my love languages is cooking. I love being in the kitchen. That's how I express love to
oatmeal don't count, Emily.
I express love in the kitchen.
Emily, I think you one of these new school women. Oatmeal don't count. I'm just messing with you. Okay. Let me shout out Deborah right quick. This is my classmate Deborah. Hey Deborah been one I She been one of our co-hosts in the past. I'm gonna get her back on here too, because we just now coming back with Metaphors of Love while we listening. Because we're back. We're definitely in the house this evening, kicking off this 2025. You say what, Emily?
Read Curtis's comment for the people.
Well, hold on for a second. Let me see. Let me pull up, because Curtis got so many. He's definitely, my boy is jamming tonight. Let me pull him up right quick. He's jamming tonight. He said, Curtis said everything works for you, don't work for others. Everybody relationship is different.
He said that to Greg. He said that to Greg a while ago.
Okay, but he said, okay, so why you not married? Emily, you so full of it.
Who controls marriage, Curtis? Who controls marriage?
She's asking the question, who controls marriage?
Controls marriage.
Well, hold on for a second, because you asking the question, who controls marriage? This is, this segues right into what we're talking about. When we're talking about when two people come together who are willing to make the necessary adjustment when the time comes, when the time arrives, that's who really controls the marriage, the two individuals. But the problem is what I just said, the two people who are willing to come together through adversity when the time arises. A lot of times, individuals, when they are individual, they don't want to work through anything. So you can't get to 24 years. I'm quite sure Blue can attest to this. You can't get to 24 years or 34 years or 44 years. See, we don't have golden marriages anymore. We used to have silver anniversaries and all of this. You can't get there if you're not willing to flex a little bit, if you're not willing to go through something a little bit, if you're not willing to toil and struggle a little bit. See, if you just want to give up after 3 years, just because he wore the wrong shirt to the wrong function, or because your stories came on and he didn't record it. See, you're missing the whole beauty of what a relationship should be built upon. So this is the problem, TikTok. This is the problem, Facebook. This is the problem, YouTube. I gotta take them down and get a center stage right quick and see when they start going through all these antics and gesticular, with their hands and all that. I gotta come back to them. So this is what I'm talking about, TikTok. I'm trying to come to my man. This is my kinfolk, Smokey. I see you, man. I'm trying to get you up here because I know you got a lot to say. stay with me. We're coming up on the top of the hour. We only got 30 minutes of the show remaining, but I want to get some people here in on TikTok. And TikTok, please forgive me. This is my first time trying to work through this and figure this thing out with you guys, because y'all been hanging in. I appreciate y'all coming on, listening to Metaphors of Love. Again, for those of y'all who are just new to the platform, please go over to YouTube. You'll put me up on Blac-Vocracy just like you see it. And hit the subscribe, like, share, notification button, as well as on TikTok. You can follow me right on the Blac-Vocracy. I am your host, Jabril Rashad. So I'm going to bring my co-host for the evening, Miss Emily Sutton, back up to the stage. My co-host, Mr. True Blue, back up to the stage. And Blue want to change my Blue. I'm just trying to, let the audience know that you got 24 years in the game, baby.
Man, let me tell you,
game.
let me say this, man. So that traditional back in the day where the man worked and the wife stayed at home, all that. Listen, man, there's something behind all that. When a man don't want you to work and he wants, there's something behind all that. But let me tell you this story right quick. When my mom was dating this man, we young though, right? He bought her car, he bought her clothes, he did all the cooking, and he didn't even want her to work. So you know what was behind it? He was out doing his thing. Listen what I'm telling you, man. Why would you not want your wife or your old lady to work? You trying to prove a point that, a man supposed to do this, a man supposed to, okay, that's fine, but what if something happened to the man? What if the man hurt his back on his job? Then you could look how your wife gonna look at you then. You're like, nah, nigga, go on, get up, your back hurt now. Let's put some ice on the back and go and send you out there. Let me tell you something, man. It works, it takes two. If you want to do it by yourself, that's fine. I don't know nobody that does it by themselves and not happy and not peaceful. Listen, man, when I say happy, I'm not talking about when you see Blue, he always smiling. Blue is happy on the inside. See, that means something to me. You ask these women, are they in love? They say, yeah. But ask them, do they feel love? Totally different.
Well, let me go over to the chat and the comment, man. I got my man Cedric Webb. He's saying, two, and I like the fact that he underlined the word willing.
Yeah.
He says two willing people makes a difference.
Yeah.
Underline the word willing.
Yeah. Yeah.
One would be willing, the other is not, again, they're not acceptable or receptible to what the other person's putting out. And we see this time and time again in these relationships. But also, let me come back over here TikTok real quick. Let's see. Make sure it's cut down a little bit. I think on TikTok they saying they get a little bit of echo in the background. I'll cut mine down just a little bit as well. But yeah, over here on TikTok, I saw something a second ago in the comments. Elizabeth, she says that I think she's talking to Smoke. Okay, I think they having their own personal conversation on TikTok, so I won't interrupt that on TikTok. I got to figure this thing out because we on the top of the hour right here. But Blue, you're absolutely right in that regards, because again, it's a little bit more tougher, I believe, when you start thinking financially, because things have gone up a lot more with hyperinflation and so forth and so on. And things do happen. That's why I say, man, when finding a mate, it's a lot. And we can cover, that's a whole nother conversation in and of itself. Yeah. When you start talking about selecting a mate, I listened to a 2-hour lecture before just on selecting a mate. So that in and of itself, man, takes a lot of requirements, a lot of patience, a lot of insights. Because for the very thing that you just said, you can start out that way. Let's say you are the maintainer, you're doing everything, you got it from the jump. All of a sudden now you hurt your back, something happens, you go to prison, right? Things happen, right? Will she stand? Will she remain? Will she stay, weather the storm? New Edition had the song that said, can you stand the rain? Yeah. Can you stand the rain? We know, on those good days, those pleasant days, those sunny days, when everything's going good. Yeah. But when that's not possible, can you weather the storm? And so, when you start looking at this thing for what it is, the reality is just simply this. Because again, I do believe that charity starts home first, then it spreads abroad. I can't think about any other ethnic community. I got to first think about my own self-preservation, my own community. Because if you have a little, African-American daughter or a niece or a cousin or a grandchild, and she's a female, what are we pouring into them? What are we giving them, something, the foundation or the proper foundation that they can use to continue to build on as a springboard.
Well, see, let me say this to you. When you speak of relationships, listen, man, to each his own. You know, what worked for me might not work for the next person.
But Blue,
you know what I'm saying?
let me put you on pause when you say that, because I always respond to people in this way, and that's fine. You know, I have no problem with how someone else operate in their household, but that's isolated. When you look at us as a whole, as a community, right? It's kind of like when they say if you live in a high crime area and you only worried about but you're not worried about the next child, the next kid, then when that shows up at your doorstep, remember, you didn't play a part in that child's development because you were so isolated on your own. So that's one of the reasons why I've always considered myself like a community father, someone who gives back. Like when I coach kids, man, I train kids, I work with the kids in the community. I'm always thinking about how can you go beyond your own children and help someone to be a father figure to other children to prevent them from going down the wrong path. So now I respect what you're saying. I'm just trying to, like, when I do this show right here, this show is not about me. It's about our community and seeing how we can kind of close the gap. Many people who have been on this show, man, for the last, nearly 3 years that we did this show, they would tell you that's been consistent. That's one of the reasons why I've circled back now and pivoted back now to do this show once again, because, it's needed. And I know that it's needed because the numbers haven't gone down, and we're still, man, we're still relegating ourselves in our community, man, to a place of unrest, So it's very important, man, that we try and close the gap on this. One size doesn't fit all, and I'm not saying that one conversation like tonight is gonna be a cure-all. It's not a panacea, as they say. It's not a one thing cure-all type conversation for the night. But we will continue to do the show, with if God, will allow us to do it, and we still on TikTok. But even if we're not on TikTok, that's what I'm saying to people now. You can go over to YouTube and as well as follow me on Facebook, because we're going to continue this platform until we can't do it any longer. I just want to apologize to my TikTok family over here, because again, man, I got people on here that I know they got something to say, man, especially Smokey. I see him in the house, man. And again, I think the next time I probably come up, maybe listen, this is my first time live on TikTok, so maybe it has to do with my followers or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'll figure it out. I'll get it figured out, because I gotta hear from you guys without question. So again, we're about 15 minutes away. We're only going to be over here for tonight. We're just scratching the surface once again for an hour and 30 minutes. I know we can continue to go on, but I want to make sure we just break bread tonight, doing it the way we're doing it. I have my two gracious co-hosts, man, that came on tonight with him, Miss Emily Sutton, as well as Greg True Blue Montgomery. We're not done yet. We got 15 more minutes before we close it out, but let me get over here into the comments, man, and see what they're talking about. I see my Miss Lolita, she comes, she said, Curtis, now you speaking the truth. Now, Curtis, I don't know exactly what you said. Let me pull him up. Okay, this is what my brother said. He said, all we can do is talk to God to bring us the right person for us. Yes. Yes. And I think, Greg, that's something that you said probably 20 minutes ago. Everything, the foundation, as I was talking about, is about, building your house on the proper foundation. See, I said this once before, and I want to bring Emily back up when I say this right here. There are stipulations or requirements. There are reasons to get married. Now, you can get married for money. Listen to me carefully. Listen to me closer. You can get married for money. You can get married for beauty. You can get married for sex. You can get married for fame. But if you ask the question, what is the best? Underline the word best. What is the best reason to get married? And that is to be God conscious. God conscious. You ask the question, what is God conscious? God conscious is everything that's on your mind. So whatever you have on your mind, God has to be greater than that. Not the greatest, but hold on. Not the greatest, but the greater. Meaning that he's greater than anything you have on your mind. So if you're not building your foundation on that, then you're losing a battle, a serious battle. I'm speaking directly to TikTok right now, looking up at TikTok because these are serious matters. But go ahead, Blue.
let me say this, man. The only way you can get what you want, see, God knows what you want. It's the difference in need and want. Whatever you want might not be good for you. So God gonna send you somebody that you need. It's a difference in need and want.
Fact.
You can want all you want. That a person can make. Marlette has made a difference in my life, man. Because we young, we out there in the streets, man. Listen, man, I just thank God she stuck in there with me. Cause my track record and my background, that wasn't no good. But I stayed strong, man. I stayed on my knees. Let me tell you something. I stayed on my knees so much. Let me tell you something. I stayed on my knees so much. My knees are scarred up now. Cause my mama just brought me up one way. Whatever you want in life, you're gonna get it from God. Whatever you need in life, you're gonna get it from God. And I take that with me everywhere I go, man. And I'm 60 years old. And I thank God for my 24. And listen, man, all you
That's
have
what's
to
up.
do is take time out and talk to God. Just like y'all talk to us, how we talk to each other, talk to God like that, man. Say, man, prayers goes up and blessings come down.
Well, we know Deborah's telling Emily. Emily is the example of every woman. Go girl. So I don't. I mean, they with you. They with you. Well, they with you, Emily. They with you. Woman empowerment. Nah, it's all good, man. It's love. I mean, and that's what I try to present on a particular platform, man. Because we're gonna get there.
Yeah,
We're gonna get there. See, that's one thing I know about us, man. As a people, man, we're gonna get there because we've been through. When I reflect on my ancestors, man, it's just one of those deals where, man, we've been through the fire. We've been through the fire, and the fire is an annealing process. It's a annealing process. It's annealing simply means that it's going to strengthen you and toughen you. And if you can come through it and see yourself on the other side of it, you're going to be fine in the race of it all. So, those things are so key and so important. But again, let me recap to something right quick. I want y'all to hold your emotions, hold your feelings, hold your eyeballs, hold your gesticular hand movements and all that. Let me go back over because people are just getting on here because we're about to wrap this thing up. We talked about, I should say, deserving each other's love, for lack of a better word. Blue and Emily, they didn't want me saying as if I was saying nobody deserved love. But no, we're talking about the song. We both deserve each other's love. And I'm gonna have y'all both. And Emily, I don't know if you can do push-ups, but I'm gonna have you do 50 push-ups, and Blue, you're gonna give me 100. Because when I play this back, I'm just gonna tell y'all what I said in the very beginning. But anyway, let me continue.
Now what we get when we write.
I give you 100, 150.
You'll give us a 150. That's okay. All right.
But again,
he feel like we lying to him. He feel like we lying on him. Run it back.
A couple's deserving each other's love are two people who consistently demonstrate mutual respect, support, understanding, and kindness towards one another, actively working together while uplifting one another and strengthening wherever they weak or wherever they may be weak at. That's important to know that when we're talking about trying to build the merit of the relationship, when we talk about they both deserve each other's love. Deserve, again, is someone who qualifies for that, someone who's worthy of that, someone who has a merit with that, someone who's a fit for that. And you have to be able to vet that individual, and you have to be able to ask those very, very important questions. And you have to be able to have, as we talked about, the key characteristics. See, one thing about this show, we don't just want to make it a music show. We don't want to just be entertaining, although we're all of that. We also want to be able to drop knowledge, because I do believe that knowledge is key. So get something out of the show, because we're going to be dropping jewels like this. Again, I talked about the key characteristics of deserving love, and you have to be worthy, and you have to be able to communicate. There have to be a mutual respect, and it has to be active support. And I think if we do those things without question, I'm gonna play this one last song before we get out of here tonight. I think if we do those things right there without question, you'll have a relationship like this.
It's Tony Terry. Tony Terry Blue. Everlasting Love by Tony Terry.
That's what you were talking about. If you seek it, man, and ask for it, man, it shall be given. So everything is predicated, man, on having that God conscious. Before we wrap up the show, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for joining me this evening for the return of Metaphors of Love. Are we listening? We are back. We'll be here live each and every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. To my family on TikTok, appreciate the love. Again, help your boy out. Go follow me, hit the subscribe, like, and share button, as well as on YouTube and Facebook. We've had a wonderful time jamming and talking about this particular song. talking about We Both Deserve Each Other Love, written by LTB lead singer Jeffrey Osborne. Before we close out, I want to come to Blue and give us a quick little 2-minute man on the show tonight and last remarks, and then I'll come to you, Emily.
Okay, look, man, I'm glad. First of all, man, I'm glad to be on. I appreciate what we spoke on today. Listen, man, people don't speak on love. Love is not important no more. Togetherness and unity, that's not important no more. Everything is right now. Nobody wants to put in no work. Nobody wants to take time. Everything is rushed now. Everything is microwave. You dig what I'm saying? Listen, man, if you're going to find true love, it ain't going to be overnight. And then the way you're going to find true love and real love is what you're looking for. So in order to get what you want, again, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to go through God to get whatever you want. So people with long-lasting, healthy relationships, God is involved in those relationships, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Emily.
Yes. Yes, everybody.
We got 2 minutes, Emily. We got 2 minutes. I'm gonna go to Curtis on you.
Blue making me laugh. So my final thoughts are that love is a choice. It is something that you are intentional about. It is something that you choose. You choose love, and you choose who you love. Now, be better about who you choose to love. Check your vetting process. But everybody deserves love. Just might not be your love.
Facts. I like that. I like that.
Thank you, Emily.
So this will conclude another episode, or the first episode of the Return of Metaphors of Love while we listen. I've been your host, Jabril A. Rashad. Thank y'all for jumping on with me, riding with me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe, like, share button, and always remember that, you know, the love part of it is positive reinforcement and the ability to forgive. So I want to thank y'all again for coming on with me. In the words of my man Don Cornelius, peace, love, and soul. All right, y'all have a good evening. Thank you, TikTok. We'll see y'all next Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Central Time, God willing. Y'all be safe.
Peace.